Let's turn our attention now to Illinois' 36th State Senate District. Right now, that seat is held by State Senator Mike Halpin. But just this week, retired Illinois State Officer Brad Beekman announced his candidacy. Beekman is running as a Republican who says his career in law enforcement has led him to this moment. Brad, great to meet you. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you, John. It's good to meet you.
All right, I want to get to know you a little bit. I want our viewers to get to know you a little bit. I want to start with a little bit about your law enforcement career, and specifically give me a sense, because I get this sense, based on what you said earlier this week, that it has in some way shaped kind of who you are now and why you're in this position to run for this office.
It's really the foundation of how I'm able to have the confidence and the skills and the knowledge to take on a challenge like this. So my background in law enforcement started at WIU. I graduated from Western Illinois University, law enforcement degree, and I did my internship at Macomb Police Department. So I had that perspective from a local, what I'd consider a smaller department, but well organized and structured. And it grew from there. Worked in my hometown after graduation, worked at WIU Police Department for a couple of years, and then went on to the state police. And through that, I was able to do a lot of different things in patrol, investigations, governor's detail, executive protection unit. But I would say what prepared me most for here was my leadership experience. I was able to work my way up to master sergeant, and I was a supervisor on night shift patrol and different details. And then on the governor's detail, I was a detail leader for Governor Rauner.
When did the idea of running kind of pop into your mind? How long did it take to get to that decision, and maybe what was the ultimate deciding factor for you?
So it has been a long process for me in processing it and thinking through it and making a decision. Early in the spring, I ran for school board in Bushnell, and through that process of talking with people, gathering signatures, and getting those petitions signed, and then filing those at the courthouse and the Board of Elections, you know, it just started like, this is a structured process. And I was able to see how, you know, that process is done for elections. I reached the decision ultimately because my party needs me. And I have the experience and the ability to bring something to the table and sit at the table and help with decisions. So because of those factors and the fact that I was retired and able to commit the time, and my family was in a place where I could commit the time, I decided that I was a viable candidate, and that I could not only just impact my party through the process, but be a real contender for the Senate seat.
You talk about your party needing you. Do you also feel the constituents of the 36th district need you, and the state more broadly needs you and someone with your perspective and your ability to lead?
It's easy to focus on the 36th district because that's home, and I know personally the issues that we face here at home. But in a broader sense, I also think the state needs me, because what we're faced with under our current governor, the attack on law enforcement and law and order through the Safety Act, those policies don't work for the innocent, the law-abiding citizens.
There are other things that are going to be top of mind for constituents in the 36th. What have you heard other than that, that's important? I've heard you talk about, I mean, you mentioned this earlier, about just the cost of living, taxes, insurance. What are some of your ideas around those issues that, you know, aren't law enforcement related?
The common topic that I hear is what can be under the umbrella of cost of living, right? But I think once you dissect that and break it down, and you look at the individual issues, it is a concern of any family, and it's a concern of mine. I am married. I have 5 children. I've put 3 through college, and I have 2 to go. And so, those are real life goals that we have that are facing challenges. So cost of living, such as high property taxes, the high electric rates, the high electric bills, and higher interest rates. Those are all driven, as I've kind of concluded from my time on the school board, it's all driven from bad spending at the state level. And when we don't use our money wisely and we don't use it towards the system that can benefit the voters and the people, then it just creates this burden on the taxpayers. So for instance, public schools I don't feel are properly funded through the state. When that happens and the shortfalls occur, they look to the local counties and the property taxes to make up that difference. We also have what I refer to as unfunded mandates that come from the state to the school districts. And these policies are placed on the schools to follow and adhere to, but there's no resources given to them.
How do you achieve any of these things, especially in sort of the political structure that exists in Illinois, and how dominated it is, maybe, I don't know if that's the right word, but by what's happening in Chicago?
I think the way we approach this is we have to work together. We have to set party politics aside and come to the table and talk about the real issues, and then come up with real solutions. And the issues that we face need to be meaningful for the majority. So for instance, recently we had the bill that was signed, the Metropolitan Authority Act, and that benefits mainly Chicago, okay? A $1.5 billion project that's going to be funded through a $1.50 delivery fee on every taxpayer so that the majority of the resources can go to Chicago. That doesn't work for the majority, right? That works for a general area. And I don't think the answer is to pile on more taxes for the people. So to me, those are issues that need to be worked on together, whether on both sides of the aisle.
How do people discern whether they should vote for you? How are you going to be different? How are you going to essentially be better?
One of the clear differences between myself and Senator Halpin is his voting record doesn't support law enforcement, and it doesn't support law and order in this state. And what it does support is the agenda that Governor Pritzker has put before the people, and we are, forced to work with it. So a clear difference is my stance on law enforcement and the safety and the security of the voters here in District 36 is what is a clear difference with us.
This week you said that, I think you said, together we can win.
Yes, sir.
What does it mean together? Are you talking about, hey, if Republicans all come together, hey, you can win this seat? Or do you really, or do you want to get Republicans to say, or Democrats to say, no, I want to back Brad? And how do you do that?
Yeah, absolutely. So the term we can win it could be used as a campaign slogan, but the real true meaning behind it would be a broader approach of we as a people can come together and reach compromises and decisions that benefit the majority, the people here. They're again on both sides of the aisle. So I feel like we have to be able to, I don't want to say appeal, but listen to Democrats. And Democrats need to listen to Republicans. And we see where each one of us, our ideals lie, and the things that are important to us, where we're at in our lives, and listen to those and then reach decisions that work instead of trying to just attain an agenda.
All right, Brad, a lot of good information. I'm glad I got to know you a little bit.
Yeah.
I know there's so much more, and we'll hear more from you because we're a long ways away from the election. So,
Yes, sir.
But for now, I want to thank you for coming in.
I really appreciate it. It was nice to meet you.